Hello, I'm coming here to vent, as we say, blow off steam, or share. Mm, And I'll probably soon forget why. But I guess because I'm in pain to a strange degree, given that I've been taking my same medications that I have for many years. You will hear some beeping because one of my sisters had a procedure to remove a something that wouldn't go away, and the biopsy just came back negative, so that's a good thing. I'm trying to get this to go away on my phone. I know you said, why don't you just turn off the pinging on your phone, but anytime I do it, I can't undo it, and so on. So that's good for her and good for her family. And just, ruined my venting session. No, it doesn't. And I haven't been on here in a while, and that's partly because I've been having that old hit by a truck feeling, with all due respect to anyone who's been hit by a truck. I don't mean to make light of that. But why, I asked myself, is it still the after effects of the holidays, or is it the hit of cold weather finally lasting for more than a day or two, and not just going back to being mild again like it did before the holidays? I'm not sure. And I'm not saying that fatigue is the only thing to speak about when it comes to chronic fatigue syndrome. Most people know that it's also about pain and foggy headedness, or just full on lack of concentration and functioning, and when you push yourself, it turns into more pain, or headaches, but also more of this feeling that I mentioned. Like, I've never come up with a better description of it, even though thankfully I have not had that actual experience about the truck ever since I was diagnosed with heart disease 25 years ago, and figured out that's how I felt for a while after that. Now I realize it feels like that with this. So I want to vent about that. You can go online and research and find people who talk about it, write about it, even speculate about what causes it. And that's a good thing if you're new or need a refresher course on the fact that you're not alone. And one reason why I don't research it right now is because I don't feel well enough to do any but the smallest researching of small things. And that's a problem, but it's the way it is. Granted, I guess I mentioned before that I studied for about at least 12 years to be a researcher, but I did this instead, the venting. Yeah. I don't know if I talked about, since I haven't been here in a bit, I had seen an article about chronic fatigue syndrome. I shared the details of it with some people offline. I want to share it on here. I think I can because I just come upon it myself. I actually did search on that day, I guess. I felt that desperate. Now I don't know which notebook I put it in. And I could almost, no, I can't tell you from memory. Oh, am I kidding? Hope I'm speaking at least in a audible way. God, excuse me. You know. I'm going to try the other notebook, which is right here. And maybe I'll preview with what was the key characteristic about this notebook was that, about this article, that was only a year old, and it was a summary or review of clinical trials on chronic fatigue syndrome, which the main, here it is, the main author in the article was from the UK, and no, I won't. Now it smells like it's burning in here again, mostly. Oh yeah, that was one of my vents, was that people smoking outside my window, and I live on the 4th floor. So it's my neighbors who sit in their window and smoke because they don't want their apartment to smell. But given my 25 years of heart disease, I don't want to breathe their smoke. So luckily they did it in time for me to call the office and the maintenance office or whatever, and seemed to have gotten better, but here we go again. Now it's way too late to complain again. It's very cold out, so they're not going to do their usual go outside and smoke thing. Or yeah, anyway, back to this article. It's in the Journal of Clinical Medicine from January 6, 2024. It's called Advances in Research and Treatment, an overview of clinical trials in ME, CFS, meaning myalgic encephalomyelitis, or something like that, and future perspectives. So it talks about, among a couple of things, about herpes virus, and that believed to be involved in chronic fatigue syndrome. And you see me right here. However long it's been since I was here, I've had this cold sore in various stages on my top lip, on the bottom lip. That is apparently a broken blood vessel. Another story. Oh, it's 10 minutes. I better make my points quick. So, future perspectives, it names 3 medicines that have been through clinical trials, and particularly one that has been to a third level of clinical trials and not failed. And it's known as Ampligen, like it sounds. And then there's another name, must be a generic name, which I don't trust myself. It's pretty much as it sounds also, but 2 other medicines, and I feel like I may have to be this, make a, what do you call it? Stay tuned. I've never done that before. A 2-part video. Forgive me, but for various reasons, including the fact that the air is getting less breathable in here. I'm going to stop. Thank you for joining. Have a good weekend. See you around.